It is time. The Gears Pro Circuit Las Vegas Open.
Solon comes in, saving the round.
Oh my God!
Another one. The headshot coming through.
Oh my God!
What did we just see?
He gets the triple. He's not done yet. He's not done yet. Easy coming through, taking them down one by one.
But no! Oh, they get the neutral at 209! Are you serious?
On the rise.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. And as you can see, that awesome hype video, our next event is Vegas.
Vegas.
Woo! Did you even go to Vegas last year?
No.
Oh, man.
I've been to Vegas. I've been to Vegas 10 times, and every single time I was underage.
Were you?
Yes.
The very first time I went to Vegas, I was underage. Also another MLG event.
Right.
But those were good times. That was the very first finals for Gears 1. For Gears 1.
Yeah.
That's what the,
And you broke my heart because you almost made top 8 that event.
oh man,
I remember it.
You know me. I always made top 8 of like several different events. You know,
Right.
It just had a cookie crumble. Some people know my real story, and other people know the story that's
You a
on
legend.
paper. You know what I'm saying? Other people know the story that's on paper. I will say the funniest thing, especially when it comes down to me and him, you guys might not know this, okay? I still hold a grudge to this day, but even though I know I won the battle. All right, going into Meadowlands 2007, me and Veli were teammates. Okay, we had a bomb team. But all of a sudden, you know, here comes High Council and the Royal Army. Yo, Veli, come play with us. And Veli snaked us. Like
It wasn't even like
his
that,
name
man.
used to be Venom. And he snaked us like 2 weeks before the event.
It wasn't even like
And
that.
guess what? He even get top 16. He placed the same damn place I did. So, you know, just shows you how your boys work, you know?
Blaze just
It
wanted
be
to
your
pop off.
own people, y'all, that treat you
It
like
be
that.
your own casters.
Be your own duos, man. I tell y'all. But folks, to dive into this match a little bit, we're gonna be having Rise Nation versus FYC. Now, before we start to break down and get into the nitty-gritty, Rise Nation has a pair of duels on their team, a few young guns, and we got a video of one of these young guns that we want you guys to check out.
What motivates me to succeed as a player is I just want to be the youngest Gears of War player to win an event because I'm only 16 and I think that'd be pretty historic to win an event at 16. I've matured and improved as a player since I entered Gears by just working on like kind of my communication skills, my individual skills, and team skills. I plan on achieving all my goals by just working together as a team and just working through all the tough kinks as a team too and just working together.
All right, let's take a look at the map order. Ooh, I like the FYC logo. I didn't even know we had a new one out there. Shout out to Bang You Out. We're going to have FYC, ban Foundation. Rise Nation is going to take out Impact. FYC says no to Reclaim, and Rise takes out Dam. And FYC does pick Lift as our only map in our showcase match because they are best of one. So far so good. And just to give a little love to FYC because, you know, I didn't think about it at the time, but I did bring up those 07 events. FYC has been around
Since the beginning.
Since the beginning. Okay, when I needed a place to sleep, FYC took me and was like, "Come on, Blaze, you come into the hotel room. We got a spot right on the floor in the corner for you." Okay, I said, "Cool." I paid about $20 a night for it. All right, but I was out there playing. You know, we had to do what we had to do back in to get to these events. You know,
We didn't have a $2 million circuit,
we
man.
didn't have
We played for
you saw the
$5 in a
tweet?
pound of bag. Hey, listen, we played for the love of the game, though.
Yeah, we did play for
All
the
right.
love of the game, and that was the most important part. Yeah, our first place prize pool back then was what, $5 grand?
5,000.
8th place got $50.
Just
I think 8th place got like $200 total, 50
Yes.
apiece. And so, but we played for the love of the game.
Yes.
Back in 2007. If esports was this big now, whew,
I
that's
wish.
Yeah, I wish it was this big now back then.
Oh my gosh.
I wish we had cameras filming everything because of the things that happened back then. If they
Phenomenal.
were on tape, like where you can go back and watch it. Some of those matches was on tape.
Yes.
Oh man.
But you know what? The grind was real back then. I mean, we dropped a lot of content as well. I mean, if we had back then what we had now, I'd be Brown Nate shot.
Yo,
I'm just
really?
saying.
Oh, Dazzles. When I first got hired here, I really wanted to see if they had like the old MLG archive footage of like the long days of the old MLG events. They probably got it on VHS tapes too, by the way. But if I was to find those tapes, oh man, this is some of the matches I would just love to show you guys. But to dive into this match a little bit more, FYC versus Rise. You said that these teams had a little bit of beef. Now, so with your first time being on Fight Night, I'm gonna need you to go a little Intel Veil for me real quick.
Down a little. All right, so Deluxe, Caster Deluxe, he do a tournament, okay? And these two teams played against each other to qualify in it. So they went down to map 3, tiebreaker map. But the one thing that FYC did, they started teabagging them every round. And Trauma said we did that because we knew it was going to get in Franco's head. Now, Franco, if you're watching, I want to see a Y button, at least 2 Y buttons, please.
He said he's on DOS.
Yes, but the map count was really close, okay? So FIC lost, of course, but they started talking trash. Retro was just on Twitter saying, you know, hey, you know, these guys play against pro teams all the time. They get the practice, but they place the same as me on LAN.
No surprise.
So
they got the names.
If you pop off like that to a pro player, you got to back it up.
Yeah.
You can't just pop off, because if you get 7-0 tonight, it's looking slow. So
it is looking slow, and even if it is a showcase match, it's still a lot in which we can take away from it. But also at the same time, we got all you guys and us watching and judging. Yes, we are judging.
Yes.
Okay, that's one thing about we are judgers. So if you out there and you choking your whole career and what you didn't work for up until this moment, half of that may go out the window. All right, if you start missing shots and missing easy snipes, you're going to be known for that and remember for missing those snipes, you know, until you can get your next time on the stage. Even in the showcase matches, this is the point in which you have to perform. But tell me a little bit, I want to pick your mind on this for a little bit.
Go ahead.
The Rise team as a whole. Now, we know FYC team, upcoming team,
yes.
But this Rise team as a whole, because it's one of the easier ones in which we can break down, because a few of these players in place top 3, you know, they've been on top teams. You got that duo in Zerpting and the Vexies with the other duo as well. So, what do you think about it?
So first off, I want to say, Rise, welcome to the Gears of War Pro Circuit. We love you guys. Thanks for coming in. Listen, you guys have a group of great players with the Vexies and Franco. Vexies, I'm just going to get it out the way. He's one of my favorite players in the whole circuit. Yeah. Hands down. Vexies is one of those players where he's dynamic. He can do everything. Movement, on point. Power weapons, on point. Slaying, on point. Vexies is the one player that you cannot lose sight of on the map, but also they're led by Franco. Franco was on the team that beat Optic this season. The only team to beat Optic this season. What does that say?
Which was?
It was Allegiance.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and they weren't the same.
Oh, yeah.
Right. I mean, they did play better.
He's got a point.
But Franco added a dynamic to that team. Franco is the type of player where he's a morale booster. He's a great leader, and he's level-headed, so that's cool. Also, they have one of my favorite players on that team as well, Drix.
Yeah.
Drix, one of the best home hill players in the game. We will see a lot of that. It's going to be a big battle between the, self-proclaimed best home hill players in the game between Trauma and Drix. That's something I would love to see, but also you cannot count out Zerpting.
You know it's going to be a fun match when you start that sentence off with self-proclaimed, because both these guys feel like they're the best, and we're going to see.
Right.
And even to go, I think that a Vexies playing with Franco and Drix is going to do more for him than playing with Demo. So to speak, because one thing is with a Vexies, if he's around people that he respects, I think that's definitely a good plus for him. But also at the same time that he has people that can get him hyped, that can get him in that mood in that moment, and also check him at the same time if he's messing up, But a Vexies has been a skill in which we've seen not really like tame, so to speak. He's still a flower blooming, but he still got some work to do. He hasn't become full form just yet.
Now, and there's one more player we left off the list, Mortifies. Okay, I met Mortifies for the first time in Mexico, and I walked over. This man was eliminating he was sending people home
he was.
In a do-rag.
I was watching
in a do-rag, okay? Right? So anybody that could rock a do-rag and knock people out of top 12, listen, you made a fan out of me, okay?
We've only had one player do that in Gears of War history. Exactly.
Shout out to Deadly.
Shout out to Deadly, because he's the only one who has done that, and you have now filled his shoes.
Yes, but the point I want to get to about, Mortifies, he's new at this professional stage.
True.
And also with FYC, you can group them up with this. You're playing on Fight Night against a pro team. What is the one thing we always hear AM players complain about?
Oh, we always hear that we always not getting the right. Yeah, not getting the shot, right?
We don't get a shot. We don't scrim. This is it right here. We have what, over 10,000 people watching right now.
Probably
So
more.
listen, if you get worked, we'll let you know. All right, I will bring Franco on the flank to talk about this trauma, so don't let it happen. All right.
Also, from what I've seen so far, and and I'm pretty sure I do follow Mortifies on Twitter, but what I've seen so far is that from him, I like his composure.
Oh, he's
you know
great.
what? I love players that have that. I love players that have the composure and who have that classiness, but also they have that dominance as well. Like Attorney, he said it best. He loves players who don't press in.
I like that. I like
that. We love players who don't press in.
Yes.
Even though a lot of us, we still work on that, but hey, for the ones that have mastered that, oh man, we respect you guys.
So I spoke with Trauma before. I actually spoke with Trauma during the break. I said, what are your predictions? What's going to happen this game? He said 7-1. 7-1. Blaze, what are your thoughts on that?
7-1.
So
I don't think it's impossible to do.
I think there is a weakness on this Rise team.
Because I'm not sold on Rise just yet.
I was going to say, I think there's a weakness on this team. You know what? They have great players, but the question is, if Zerp or Vexys doesn't go off, or they don't go off as a team collectively, who else is going to step up?
That's true. But yeah, I'm not sold on the Rise Nation team just yet, folks. But hey, it's our second match of the night. It is our show match, FYC versus Rise Nation on left. After that, we get our North American 2K Finals, Optic Gaming versus Ghost. But the focus up on this one, gonna be on board with Zerp. And he sees a 1v1.
Don't do it to him like that.
Oh, he's gonna drop him.
Zerp tried to get loose right there. Franco said, having the Vexys and Zerp on the team, two young gunners, I can just tell them to go kill people and they'll do whatever they want. And he says, I will trust every step they take on the map.
But when it comes down, I think me and you have both probably realized this over the years, that we've seen a lot of these young gun players, on the rise and on the come up. We've teamed with some of these guys as well. And skill has never been their issue.
No.
They've never lacked skill. All the issues have always been a state of mind, a mental issue, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, because when these type of players start taking L's, they take big L's. Like, they take L's all over. They take L's in the game. They take L's mentally. They start getting down themselves. And once they, kind of dig themselves in that mental trench, it takes good leaders to get them out of that and get them refocused. So that's always been the one issue I've always noticed about the younger, talented players in Gears of War since the game first came out in 06.
Yeah, man, that's where Franco comes into play. Franco is a guy, he lets you know as a teammate, listen, we might be down right now, but there's another round. I believe in you. The whole rule about Franco's mentality is that he doesn't point the finger. He doesn't like to point the finger. Franco takes blame as well, and as a leader, that's someone that you want. So if you have a young gunner on that team, you need to have someone that'll, motivate you like him. And I like the way this team is set up.
Also, to give even another lesson in how to be a good teammate, when things are happening and issues are arising, as you start to, point fingers, make sure at first you point the finger at yourself before you start that conversation. So, guys, I know I kind of messed up a round 2, and, I didn't do this and that, but this last round, you choked. Like, if you're going to go in, at least start with yourself first.
Oh, yeah. Right now we see Rise working for a triple cap. They were unable to cap the 8 hills. Zerp, Miss Rose, gets taken out by Seduceful.
All right. FYC, only hill in their favor. It looks like they're going to win the fight at B as well. You got Rise Nation with a slight 20-point lead advantage. FYC, I don't know. Can they come back in this one down? Yeah, I think they can come back with this 2-cap.
They can definitely come back, but they're going to have to make a move. Right now, Rise knows that they're up right now. They're trying to set up. Franco was taking out by Seduceful. Toddy takes out Tricks. 3 down, just like that. This is up to FYC to make a push and actually dominate this game.
Yeah, this is a good D-cap. Beautiful, beautiful. That's going to cut down that deficit. Now you got FYC, the only team that's getting points. Oh, they're going to lose 2-cap though.
No.
They lost. Oh, this is a good D-cap. Okay. Going back in their favor. But the question is, them pulling away with the lead, even if it's for a second.
That break was so important.
That really was. So now, you should have FYC closing out round number 1, and yes, they will. Trauma was the closest to B-Hill. Drix was the closest with him, but just not enough time, and that came down to the wire.
It did. FYC making a statement, heads up play from Seduceful. He saw the 1v2. He knew he wasn't going to win, but what he did was he made sure he got in that hill for that second to stop those points from rolling in, which allowed his team to go up 1-0. And I think this is a big morale boost right now on FIC side.
Exactly. You got one round. What does Riot wants to do? Do they want to go towards the play? I think this is good.
Give it to a Vex.
Yeah, you got a lot of talented M-bar players on your team, and as I said before, when you have a player who is that confident with a power weapon, make sure you put it down for them to play for it. Make sure you give them something, because they're going to be playing 100% at all times to get that power weapon, and that's what you need out of them.
But the question is, who's going to pick it up? I saw Zerpting on that end.
I think Zerpting and his Vexies is both over here.
I like that duo.
Yep. Yeah, I was about to say, as we had the
duo.
conversation before, keep your duos together, man. No matter what spots on the maps they play, keep them together. It'll make your life a lot easier. It'll make your team's life a lot easier as well.
Now that's the play that you don't want to have if you're a Vexies in Zerp. Okay, a Vexy saw 1v2. He knew it was there and he still pushed in. You cannot do that in that scenario. It's a 2v3, okay? You need to play back, play it slow, wait for your teammate to do what he needs to do. Zerp, I would trust Zerp in a 1v1 before I rush to 1v2.
I agree with that. But also at the same time, I will give a disclaimer when it comes down to forming duels. Make sure you got like a, you got a high skill player with like a veteran.
Smart.
Yeah. I was just.
You didn't want to say it.
I had to bring it up. I was gonna say, you can't really have like two high skilled players in a duel together. You kind of got to mix and match them. Like, I want to see like an Vexies Mortifies and a Drake Zerpting type combo somewhere on the map.
I want to see a Vexies in Franco.
Vexies and Franco. Yeah, let me see it in the Vexies and Franco. Something like that. Let Drix float or Mortifies float.
Right.
Let the other one pair with Zerpting, because the thing is that, and this is my issue with front spawn players as well, you could be a talented front spawn player, but if you don't know where to find out what happened, where the issues and where the breakdowns happen, like as a front...
Ooh! Toddy!
Let's see. He ain't got nobody else in the site, but if you're a good front spawn player and breakdowns happen, you need to be able to say, hey guys, we lost this round because your smoke was 2 seconds late. Right. Or hey guys, we lost this round because I messed up on the up 8. As a front spawn player, you need to be able to see those issues, because if your leaders are in the back and your in-game call-out players are in the back, they can't see that stuff.
You know what annoys me? So I watch a lot of scrims, and lately with specific teams, okay, when it comes to comms, I think it's really important to have playmakers on your team, not just people that call out, because anybody can say, oh, there's a person here, there's a person there, but it takes that special individual to break it down and say, okay, on the count of 3, I'm gonna Lancer this guy, you guys push here, we're gonna make this rotation. And that's something that Riot can capitalize on. They have the roster for it. You have Drix, he plays extremely smart. Franco likes to think at times. Nah, Franco's a great player. But I would like to see Rise come up with that type of play style. But FIC is definitely giving them hands right now.
FYC really is. But that's what you want to see. I want to see it out of this squad. I want to see Retro and Trauma go off. It's another team. It's a few other teams that I've been wanting to get on Fight Night to put themselves in these positions for us to show us what they got. Oh, he led that shot well. He's gonna put it away.
He wants it.
But look at FYC, they're at 198. I like the smokes. He's gonna cap it through the smokes. He's gonna commit to this.
He has to fight that 1v1. There's no running from it.
Ooh,
There we go.
Oh. No. But he's gonna cap though. That's the most important part, is capping the hill. It doesn't even matter.
C gets capped.
No, C didn't get capped. Oh no. What's going on the home hill?
Toddy's dead.
Nah, he's staying alive. I don't think he dies in this.
Toddy's dead. There's no way.
Oh, what a close one.
KO. Domination. Rise Nation tied it up 1-1. Blaze. That was pretty exciting.
That was.
I like that FIC is putting Rise's back against the wall, because FIC, they're not a pro team, but they're letting Rise know you have to earn this win. You have to
this
earn
ain't gonna be easy.
Like Franco, okay, you beat Optic, but you ain't beat me.
And you know what? Like, I think that play at the end, I forgot who was fighting Zerpting. Whoever
it was Nucleate.
Nucleate. So yeah. So he debated if he wanted to get that kill or cap the hill. And I thought the cap hill was this play, because you could have capped the hill and then had time to clear the kill, but he just didn't know the guy was behind him. But You know, he could have probably dodged those shots if he went for it, but there's no way he would have been able to know that information. You know, there's no way.
It was a great play either way.
It was still a great play either way. He just unfortunate. You know, somebody had positioning on him. That's all that was.
I really like FIC's composure and confidence. They're not scared to push. They have the team fire. This is a complete team we're looking at right now.
This is a good team. This is a good team so far. I like what I'm seeing out of this core. All right, Vexy's gonna break ice in the ground. Now let's see. You're gonna have this pressure. You got A hill and B hill in favor of FYC.
Mark's in the hands of Drix Nucleate with the M-bar. So the question is, can FIC actually get map control with the M-bar and actually, you know, step Rise Nation?
Yeah, you see, you got Nuclei. That's his name, Nucleate?
No, Nucleate.
Nucleate. Oh, okay. You know me. I be butchering these. Yeah, I butcher them, man. That's what we do. It's part of the Fight Night experience. It's a part of it, you know. All the original gamer tags are taken nowadays.
Take it, Nucleate. Whoa.
Yeah, you can't miss those. But Mortifies will pick up the kills, and I was gonna say I like FYC. You know, they home hill was taken, but they managed to get the power weapon and try to bring it back. But now, in the process of me saying that both home hills have been acquired by Rise.
I don't like this. Nucleate. I mean, he choked the 1v1 with the M-bar. He saw somebody mid-range. He didn't pull out the pistol. He tried to run it with a shotgun. Blaze, can we say he has shaky thumbs right now? He's not thinking right.
A little bit shaky thumbs, missing a few of those shots in which he needed, but you know, he made a few plays, but most importantly, FYC will have some breathing room to come out of this spawn. You see the shots, they're gonna focus fire on the Vexies. You got Retro with the marks in hand. Look at, ooh, that was an instant down.
Retro.
Now, okay, I like that. You see the damage. You gotta be careful on that one, but he did call the guy out. Called out that he was weak. He's gonna get trapped. And good shots by the squad. Now you got can't let Frank get a double on you in the corner. Now Frank, with his life back, gonna be putting some shots out, call it out to his team. And he's not gonna force it, knowing that Toddy's in a bad spot.
You can't let Frank get a double. Listen, you don't have a choice sometimes when Franco decides he wants to go off. Franco, big name in the Gears esports community. He's been making waves since Gears UE, one of my favorite players. I really want to see how his in-game leadership is going to help Rise Nation maintain professional status.
I do as well. I think, you know, one thing is about this Rise Nation squad is that there are a lot of LAN players on this team. You know, they excel more under pressure on LAN. That's when we get the best Drix we've ever seen. That's when we get the best Franco we've ever seen as well. Even though I think Franco, you know, if he's not, you know, a 10 out of 10, he's at least a 9 out of 10 online. You know, he always keeps that intensity, and that's on an intensity scale. But Rise Nation's pushing across, trying to control both home hills. Toddy looking to push up, get some damage in. He might have a 1v1, but that player will back up and Rise. They may back out of this. They still don't have their home hill.
I like this play from Toddy. So
FYC has the lead, though.
Right. So, you know, with the last series that we saw with Supremacy against Fable, there were times where, you know, people were unsure of what weapons to use in certain situations in team firing.
That was a beautiful, I was going to say, that was a great play by FYC. Decapping that A hill. They tried to decap it just in time before Rise Nation, you know, got that lead, but in the end, it didn't matter. They got stopped on 204. But FYC, I feel like they hit a little turtle going on.
But they did do some things right there. I liked them. That, even though they lost 5 players, you know, in an instant.
I want to see some pressure on that home hill.
Yeah. Toddy had a great lance, but I felt like some players still needed to be aggressive.
Even if you had 4, you looked at the map and what we saw 4 members of Rise Nation on top of FYC's home hill.
Yeah.
So when you see that, I at least want to see maybe one player going through control room. Maybe your player who's playing on that B hill flanks the home hill. You know, we just need to see some pressure to force those guys to move back, especially if you got that B hill.
Yes, nades were dropped down in the deck. Let's see what happens with that. FYC right now, Seduceful, 18 kills, 3 rounds.
That's what you want to see out of him. You know, we
18.
said, you know, Belly, we saw that one moment where it kind of seemed like he had some shaky hands, but his score count, you know, said something completely different.
I mean, his M-bar is suspect, but he's playing like he's front spawn certified.
Yeah, that's true. Now, on board with Seduceful. You got Toddy. He's going to be the first to the fight. He's going to drop. Zerfing. Vexy's is in a bad spot. Trying to trade out some shots, and he's going to fall as well. And that duel is to get him outplayed on the platform. by Sedusko and Toddy.
That is something that I did not come to expect to see in this matchup right here. Rise, a group full of veteran players right now. They're struggling against FYC, a group of not newcomers, but players that have been in the scene waiting to make a name for themselves.
They've been in the scene since season 1. You know, battling out at all these events. You know, looking for their time to shine, and now, you know, they want to put on a show for everybody. And these have been close rounds. All these rounds have ended in points, and they have all ended to, I want to say, the lowest team had maybe, besides this round, the first 3 rounds, the lowest team had like maybe 190, and they all ended in points. So the first 3 rounds very, very close, but FYC retaliating back and saying, forget y'all.
So what does this say about Vegas when we have teams like FYC stepping up to the plate and giving these pro teams a run for their money?
Now, it's still a big, I feel like it's still a big gap when it comes down to, you know, it's like 3 tiers. You got top 5 teams.
You have the optic tier.
Yeah, you have top 5 teams, and then you have like, you know, 12 through 6, and then everybody else.
Really?
Yeah, it's 12 through 6. And everybody else below them.
I feel like you have your top 3. E-United, they still have to make a believer out of me. I rooted for them and they disappointed me.
I feel like, you said we can add a 4th, we can break down the top 5 and add a 4th tier?
I think we can have a top 3, top 4, and I feel like after that it's a toss-up. Because you have teams like Pure, Rise Nation, Era, where at times they show weaknesses, but those are teams that we expect to get top 8.
Yeah, those are your, that's your 12 to 6. They're your 12 to 6.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. Like, I'm including E-United. I'm including E-United and Fable in that top 5.
Definitely deserved it with a 90.
Oh, that was beautiful. I see you. He says, Mom, look at me.
Zerb.
I'm on fight night.
Mama Zerb, if you're watching right now, get that boy some ice cream. He's going off. Zerb, how old is he now? What, 15, 16?
He would have 16. Yeah, 16, probably going on 17. Oh man,
the youngest pro player right now, right?
Yeah, he still ain't grown. He still got to grow his mustache, man. His pops waiting on his first whiskers to come in.
Speaking of young pro players coming into the scene, Billy came in as a young player, turned out to be the best ever, the best ever.
The day Mental has facial hair would be the day I feel old. Well, that will literally be the day I feel old, is when I walk to an event and he has a mustache looking like Nicolas Cage.
Well, he has a girlfriend now, so that might put some hair on his chest, something like that.
That's true.
Hey.
It does it to you.
But these young players, I mean, you know, Zerping came in the scene, Billy, Mental. Now you have players like Powers and Avexi stepping up. So the future of Gears looks bright, and I'm really excited to see how these young players are going to shape up.
Yeah, we got a lot of talent. And we got a lot of players who are talented and just getting started. It's not, it's only just a few years away from them.
Oh, he tried it.
That was a good, nice little angle by Vexy. But the B hill is still not capped. All his teammates overextended. I think you got to cap that. You got to at least cap that B hill first.
Yes.
Even though most of these teams with this caliber of gameplay, the first thought is, hey, can we play for this domination off the few kills that we got? So once they realize that open and static starts to calm down, they say, all right, now let's play for this domination.
See, this is
now let's play for the 2 cap. Sorry.
This is what you can't do if you're FYC. Okay, you guys let the Vexis run the map with the M-bar. You're scared to push. You have to be aggressive, and you got to make them feel uncomfortable. As a sniper, I mean, did you like when people ran in your face?
Oh no, that's annoying.
Right. So at that point, I mean, I bet M-bar can only shoot 1 bullet at a time. I mean, I'm the type of player where, hey, if I got 1 more guy with me, we're going to run in his face. Right now, Swarm, they did exactly that. They pushed the Vexis back, regained map control, and they're going for the domination.
Vexis, what you going for? Yeah, I'm about to say, you got to do something. He trying to hit those blind fire M-bar shots, trying to make something happen, not able to.
Pretty shots don't win games all the time.
It don't.
When you see your teammates down left and right, I mean,
he needs to wall bounce. He needs to wall bounce to that right wall and do what he do best.
Right.
Make a play.
Something like that.
But 3-3 going into the half.
This is closer than I thought.
Is it?
It is.
So what was your initial prediction? Was it a FYC blowout or a Rise?
So I never really watched a Rise Nation, like a serious game from them. I never watched their 2Ks or anything because they're a fairly new team. So what I thought the team would look like in game, it doesn't look like that right now.
Okay.
It doesn't look like that right now. I
I'm
don't know.
still,
I feel like they have some.
I think they're looking for their identity still.
That's what I'm saying.
It's either they found it and they just not showing it well, because I know I'm definitely looking for it.
I mean,
I'm trying to figure out what makes them great.
Right, they're not bad at all. It's like they're trying to figure themselves out right now, and that's good. You know, take your time. Vegas isn't here yet, but I want to see more out of them.
That's true.
Because this isn't it. FYC, on the other hand, you can't count them out because, I mean...
Or maybe this is a Rise is playing their best, but FYC is just better. Maybe FYC is a top 18. Maybe that's what's happening. Maybe FYC is a top 18.
So the one thing I like about Trauma is that he goes to everything.
True.
His goal is to get top 8.
True.
And he really wants it for the love of the game.
Yeah, I know how that feels.
Right. So when you're at that level, you know, I have nothing but respect for the guy. I want to see him get top 8. I want to see him pop off. Because players like him, they deserve it.
Yeah, they
deserve it.
They put the time, they put the work, they put those grind hours in, and you know, they just look for moments to shine and for people to see how bright they actually are shining. And so tonight on Gears Fight Night stage, you know, he has that opportunity to show us how bright he really is shining. And we're gonna start to see this push come across the map. Few kills go in their favor.
I've never seen Toddy play before.
I like the pressure. That was
I
beautiful.
love him.
Oh,
Toddy!
He put the shot, but as soon as the guy back rolled, he closed that distance. Knew that he was going to be able to get a free shot in there somewhere. Oh, I like
Who is this kid? He looks so, like, calm and collected.
I want to say the last event that Toddy went to, I think, was not Atlanta. If it wasn't, besides the New York City events, I want to say Atlantic City.
23 kills.
They were one round away from getting Jeter into pool play.
No way.
Yeah, took that out.
That was his team?
Yeah.
No.
No, unless that was Tidy. You know,
okay.
You know, you got Tidy and Toddy.
Tidy White, yeah.
Unless it was, I get them mixed up all the time. You would think they're twins, you know?
No, but this Tidy guy,
one of them got the showering guy. I don't know which one got it though.
Either way, this guy, he has the presence of a veteran player. Okay, when people are running up at him, he's not twitchy and wall bouncing. He takes calm and collected shots. He times his shots. He's not, you know, fidgety or whatnot, which I see from a lot of, you know, AM players. He plays like he's been here before. On the top level. And I like that.
I like him taking advantage of the situation in which he knows he has complete control over. But folks, it is a 4-3 in favor of FYC. We'll see what happens now.
How you get down back there by yourself, man? Come on, Retro. And you left your boy down, and then you get killed. Franco, clean it up.
He should have
clean it up.
His teammate Nuclear shouldn't even have went for revive.
But either way, Retro got up and ran away. He left his boy down.
That's that veteranship right there. You know, that's Riot Nation firing off very, very quickly in return to tie this back up 4-4. But they got the kills in which they needed. And they said, okay, bet. And that was a 10-second respawn round, I believe.
I'm gonna see
12 seconds.
Okay, so on Rise Nation's part, I'm gonna see convincing wins now. All right, you know, you felt them out. It's been 7 rounds now. You know how these guys play. I want to see you guys come together as a unit and just dominate. Like, we know you can.
I want them to play for something.
Exactly.
I wonder what they want to do. They trade off a lot of rounds. Yeah, do that. Because Seduceful, no, they were rocking with that M bar.
Yeah.
Give them that M bar again. And also at the same time, a lot of players, see, I think of Vexies and Xerxing both, when it comes down to this M bar, that they can both have tunnel vision when it comes down to picking it up.
Did that. We saw it.
Yeah. You got to realize that you have to do what you can to win the fight first. You don't focus on the M bar. You focus on the fight, and then you backtrack and you kind of pick up the M bar. But you got to make sure the fighting position is won first. Sometimes you can quick pick and get away, you know, and reset it, and that's completely acceptable. But some players get complete tunnel vision.
Hey, you know what I hate?
When it's a power weapon, they really
when people sit there with a sniper or an M-bar and they're not hitting shots, it's like, pull out your pistol, bro. Like, you know you're not hitting shots. How about you know, shoot 2 bullets
Hey, you
at
missed
them?
100% of shots you don't take, though, right?
It's
like which motto do you live by?
You're also going to miss 100% of the shots, you're going to miss all your shots. So it's either you miss your shot or you try to hit at least 2 of them.
Yeah, but FYC, once again, getting aggressive. They're going to take down a Vexy. Xerxing, he's running. A flank comes from Mortified. Can he get there and help him in time? Toddy falls, but the shots over the top from Nucleate. Looking to create an opening for the squad.
What are you about?
What
are you about?
There he go.
Oh, there we go.
That's what we want to see on Fight Night. Give us that M-bar to Trauma, though.
like I said before, man, in these huge team fights, everyone wants to use a shotgun. Everyone wants to be the hero and have the pretty play. But the real hero.
Let's go to Trauma.
Please, let's go to Trauma. The real hero is the guy with the lance route, helping his teammates out. That's why Kenny Bounce is out there winning first place every time.
Hey, but you know, when Kenny turns up, you know, it's always a pleasure to see him turn up.
Kenny 6 God.
Yeah. Literally what it is. That's the top tier Kenny, the best Kenny we've ever saw. This Kenny just collecting the checks, man. He just chilling. But when we get to see him play 100%, I love it.
FIC looking pretty strong at the moment. They're up 5-4 in players. The question is, will they continue being aggressive to take out Rise? Because so far from what we've seen, the team fire is there. The only thing they're not consistent at is being aggressive. And every time they are aggressive, they win those group fights. So I want to see more of that on FIC thing.
So let's take a look at this. Only one kill being capped. We're going to see both teams being able to pick up a kill. 4v4 situation. Advantage goes to FYC. Looking to double team this guy on top hill. They should have a 2-man advantage. Trauma looking to get to this home hill. Not able to, but that guy in the open, it should create an opening for his teammate. But he may just be too far ahead. And yes, he is, and he's going to fall. You had a flank come through over there by that platform area.
Drop the M-bar.
No, that's a double down. This is looking good. First things first, get in the hill. Now, you're going to be forcing all of Rise Nation to fight for this home hill. Either that or overextend towards the E hill. And Rise Nation does make it in that direction, but I think, you know, Nucleate, and I think that's still Nucleate and Sedusful just need to stand over here and watch both these home hills.
All right, we see really solid play from Sedusful right now. He's leading everybody in kills. That's what I like to see. Right now, 184 to 182. It is really close right now. It's going to come down to this F hill being capped.
Now, you see 2 members falling from Rise. The points,
oh
the
my
2
God,
cap. Oh, the 2 cap got broken, but now this is what they needed. Nobody's getting points. Rise Nation is not getting any points whatsoever.
That's game.
FYC go up 5-3. This will be their round. Okay.
Blaze, if you're a pro team and you're going against these guys that's talking trash and you know they never got top 8 before. How are you feeling right now? Are you feeling good about yourself?
If I'm in Rise Nation shoes?
If you Rise Nation, if you're Franco, KO, what are you telling your team right now?
You're gonna be annoyed. You know, you got to tell them like, hey guys, hey, you know, regardless of what happened, you know, you need to focus on round 10, 11, 12. If we go the distance, you know, you need to be focusing on his weapon placement. You need to realize who their star player is and shut him down. You need to be calling that Kira at every single time, and this time it's Sedusful. You know, you need to make sure you know where he is at all times. Shut him down.
Jesus, there's nothing scarier than a team with nothing to lose.
That's true. And this FYC team does not have anything to lose. That's the beauty of it.
I used to talk to Retro a few months ago. There was a 1v1 tournament, and he told me, you know, I'm entering these to make a name for myself. Like, these pros don't give me respect. I get the kills, I do numbers.
I like that.
But what's going to help me get to this next level other than this 1v1 tournament? I said, you know, be consistent. Your time is going to come. This is his time right
coming
now.
from somebody who did not get respect himself, I never used that as an excuse of why my Gears of War career didn't flourish whatsoever. Yeah, you know, and I had some respect from some, but I never used it as an excuse. I just found, like, if people didn't want to play with me, I just found new players. You know what I'm saying? I just found new players and you know, and taught them what I needed to teach them. Teach them my play style. Teach them what needed to be done.
You discovered some good players.
I discovered a lot of people. Teach them how to play Gears esports, you know? And I keep on going. And I worry about myself and my team. You know, I don't care about nobody else. I just worry about myself and my team.
Ooh! Vexies, don't do it to him like that.
Okay.
5-5.
All right. Cool. You just want to shut me up, huh? All right. I'm going to stop talking to Vexies. You do your thing.
So with Rise's games play, their style of play right now, do you think that they're a little too passive right now? What do you think is they need to work on? You know, I'm not going to say what the problem is, but what do they need to work on?
I just think it's some of these initials in which they're not winning. I think it's that on this map specifically, some initials in which Zerfting and the Vexies did not win on that platform where, you know, you got Sedusful with, what, 26 kills on him?
Yeah.
You know, and probably half those kills is killing from them two. And those are your 2 main slayers on FYC, right? Yeah. Those are your 2 main slayers, and you're hoping for these guys to do super well. We'll see how this fight plays out. But this has been really what has been telling the story of this match. Sedusful's going to take a break. He's going to back up to cover, make sure nobody's chasing. And even in that fight, Rise Nation not able to take advantage. Of Vexy's, you know, when both those guys were under, he should have been on top of class.
Yeah.
Now he's moved up, but he's going to lose that fight.
Toddy.
That was his moment to take plat control, even sneak out with M-bar if he wanted to, or just put some shots over the top.
Look at the distance right now. Look at the distance between the two. I like that. That's heads-up gameplay.
Zerbji came out with a good play in that fight. Came out with a good play. He managed to get that up A and kind of force that shot just for a little bit more to take out Toddy.
Rise had a 2-hill cap, which now turned into a 1-1. E is now being captured by FYC. Teamfire is coming down. Let's see what Nuclear can do right here to stop the domination.
Looking to get some shots on Franco. E Hill being capped up. Rise Nation looking to play for the domination. And yes, they will get it. Gonna take the lead, 6-5.
One more round. What's harder, winning the last round or coming back against a team as aggressive as FYC? Because they're not just giving away the rounds; they're fighting for it.
Winning the last round.
Winning the last round.
You got to close it out.
Because I feel like if you lose that round, you're gonna think to yourself like, "Damn, we should have."
Yeah, we should have had it, man. You know, we messed up. You know, but I feel like, you know, players have gotten better when it comes down to focusing on the rounds that matter and focusing in the moment rather than worrying about the past.
Yes.
But let's see, how will Rise Nation in this one?
Really strong plays from Mortifies
yeah,
right now.
I was about to say that. You know, I've been happy with what Mortifies have been doing so far in this showcase match. But the platform fight, where it comes down to, Vexy is going to toss the smoke. We got FYC playing a little bit passive. You see how these players kind of creep up the smoke? You know, their opponents can't see it, but
oh no, you don't leave them
no,
alone.
you can't get lost in the sauce like that.
No.
But Zerfting was trying to help his boy get out.
And
so
they get away.
Oh, no. What can the Vexies do? Zerfting, he died for his boy. He died for his boy, and that's what you want to see. And he's going to go down, triple downed out. 20-second respawns.
They just gave him that.
Yeah, you gotta die in this hill. If you're gonna die, stay in the hill. Stay in the hill, brother. Force these players out. There you go.
Like if you're just gonna give rounds away, just sing God's plan or something like.
Yo, he got lost in the sauce, man. He was like, ooh, M-bar. Trying to take it away. Nah.
Do you want to win a round? God's plan.
All right, folks, we're going into a round 13, and once again, it's gonna come down to this platform fight.
What do you think?
You got a Vexies and Zerfting versus Sedusful and Toddy.
Yes.
That's been a matchup.
Toddy's solid. He's consistent.
Yeah.
And I think it's Sedusful, by the way. Sedusful, he has been going completely off.
Yeah,
so.
Sedusful. I've been saying Sedusful, and I'm probably going to keep saying Sedusful. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna hold y'all up,
listen,
man.
he's got to drop a 30 bomb to earn the respect for the right name call.
Yo, if he does, that's dope. I'm with it.
That would be nice.
I will pronounce your name correctly. If you drop a 30 bomb, Sedusful.
I like the fact this went down to the last round.
Yeah, I do too. We've had close games. Well, besides that UK show match, that was, you know, we had some good talking points. It was a good warm up. But this is what I like to see out of show match. I don't mind a round 13.
So this comes down to essentially an escalation.
Get over
game,
it. I want to see the fight on platform. I don't want this. I want to go.
Put it on the Vexy.
Go other side.
Sedusful takes out Zerpa. Vexy takes down Sedusful. It's a 1v1. 1v. Oh. Oh, that's
they both tried to make it out. Look at that! Oh, the crossfire. Double down. They're gonna clean up. They should be able to clean up these kills without any issues. Now Drix.
This is FYC's game.
Yeah, who has that M-bar? Oh, Toddy got the headshot on Drix with the M-bar too at the same time. E-Hill, what's going on at E?
It's a 1v1.
It's one guy over there.
Okay, Retro takes out Franco. Zerfting is the last man alive that can capture E.
Ah, that should do it. Unless Toddy gets a headshot, he's gonna. Well, yeah, that's it. That was beautiful. That was an awesome last round.
Shout out to FYC calling out that win 7-6 against a pro team. An amateur team just beat a pro team on fight night. I like that.
That's good too. You know, now this F1, you know, these bunch of pro players on this Rise Nation team, but they haven't placed pro this season yet.
Yeah.
They may get enough. I think they may have enough points totally to give them a top 8 seed.
Yeah, they have top 8.
That's cool.
All right.